What's good, world? ADMT.TV. Here with my man Oronde. What's good, man?
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
All right. Yo, you know, from the last time we seen you, you know, at 17, the revolution to be visualized, man, you know, we noticed you've been up to a lot of things.
Right.
You know, tell the people some of the things that you've been up to, man, so they can get an idea.
Okay. Well, continuously doing the revolution will be visualized, which is always evolving. I did Art Expo New York, which was a great experience for me. And now I'm in the middle of doing a movie poster, actually for a guy in Philadelphia that's having a show called Stand Up at the Movies. It's actually a revolutionary new event where he's doing comedy and music and showing movies at the movie theater. So I get a chance to do my first movie poster, and it's going to be in the glass along with Transformer movies and everything. So keep posting on that. I actually have it posted. I'm doing my website, the ArtistOrondeKairi.com website, and as you know, I'm on Facebook, so you can follow me there also. So that's what's going on at the moment.
All right, so I noticed, you know, you've been hitting a couple of exhibits. How did you get involved with that?
Well, you know, I did the whole process of showing my work, and it was a selection process, and I got in. So I actually did an Indiegogo project where I asked for funding money to help me with the booth. So I did my goal was to reach $6,000, but I made $4,000, which was still fine. So my whole idea was to go down there to sell original art. And that didn't really work. It didn't work not because they didn't buy my work, but they wasn't really buying artwork, period. So it still was a good experience because you got a chance to network.
What is the key to staying busy? You know, I seen, you know, when I look at a lot of these artists,
right,
you know, sometimes it can be very difficult with the grind. How do you keep up with that and keep busy?
To me, the key to staying busy is to love what you're doing and to not look at it as a hobby or even get bogged down with not making money, because every time you're not going to make money doing art, but you still have to have that fire. Somebody asked me online, like, where do you find your motivation? Where did you get inspired? So I said, you know, motivation and inspiration is like your brain and your body. They got to work the same way in order to keep you going. You know, you got to keep those two things intact. So inspiration to me is very simple. Like, I'm inspired by everything. So even if it's something down, you can turn that into art. Now, you may be depressed, so you had that ability to make something depressing. Now, I don't know how you're going to feel about that when you're excited, but hey, it's all a part of your experience with life.
What inspired you to even want to become an artist?
Being young, drawing, doing art, and then as I got older, I knew I wanted to do some kind of higher learning. But I knew I wasn't going to be a rocket scientist. I knew I was no more sitting in class taking other people's, you know, courses, just doing something that, you know, I'm gonna waste my time and, you know, really not excel how I want. So my whole thing was, hey, I'm doing this art. I want to develop that. And I never said I want to develop for money. I just said I want to paint. You know, the thing that happened, I was fortunate enough to take these classes at Big City Comics with Daoud Anyabule, who was David Sims. David and Jason, they were the Sims brothers. I didn't know that, but they were from Philly, and I happened to be going on my CD hunt to look for some CDs, and I seen the Brother Man poster in the store. They stored it was their storefront. So I said, I'm gonna come back there because I collect that book. I had like 2 issues of that, so I'm gonna come back. But when I did, I met Daoud, and he was saying that, you know, he said, I'm about to start these art classes. Well, I said, I'm about to go to the Army. So, that was my thing, because I didn't know what I was gonna do. And my father was, he was good, but he was always just telling me, trying to give me some kind of motivation on what to do. He was like, you know, if you're not gonna go to college, think about the Army. They're not fighting, there's no war. So, you know, I'm listening to that. But then once I met Daoud and we had the classes, it was pretty on from there. So 17 years, from 95 to now, that's all I've been doing is creating artwork. I mean, really trying to develop. Like I went to the Art Institute for animation. I went to University of Arts and got my degree in illustration. Then even after that, I was constantly taking classes. I came up to New York to SVA, and I was taking like a class with Marvin Madelson. So it just never stopped, and it doesn't stop. So that's what I mean. So if it's what you're about, it's who you are, you're going to find a way to keep it up. Now, I don't understand no motivation or inspiration. I don't understand that because that's me, you know. But hey, I'm maybe different. But so like I said, it's very simple. I've been doing this since I was a kid, and I'm just interested in it. You know what I mean? I'm constantly like, well, how is such and such doing this? How is such and such doing this? I remember looking at the itinerary at the Art Institute book, and I was just like reading it, and they were saying, this course, students going to learn how to airbrush. And my mind was just like, you would just go. I was like, that's what I want. That's what I want to learn. I want to learn how to airbrush. And like I said, it was never like, well, I'm going to airbrush and make $1 million. I was just like, man, I want to take these Scooby-Doo drawings I'm doing and maybe get it into doing like these Rembrandt things. It was way far stretch, but I just knew one day I would do it. Like our classes were 4 hours long. So from after that, I would go to Fleischer's for 2 more hours and take classes. So we were just like stopping, man. My social life was just like my art. I didn't even notice that I didn't have a social life because I was just having fun. I was having a ball. Like a lot of the students that I met, I learned so much from them. I learned more from them than I did the actual teachers. So that was even fun.
Do you feel artists are getting the exposure they should, especially now with you being, especially with 17? Do you feel that you're being more recognized for your work and things like that, or do you just feel that, you know, it's still part of the grind like anything else to continue to push it?
It's a part of the grind, but how I personally feel how things are going, you know, well, like I say, back in the day, it was more about world renowned, and you had to actually grind how you talk, and you had to know somebody. You had to somebody had to connect you with money. Somebody had to connect you with a show. You didn't have social media, so social media, it just changed everything because I would have been good back then, but now I don't have to knock on the same doors that somebody had to knock on because I can kind of do it myself. Like the way I met Andre, somebody just worked in the Source magazine, this would have been extremely hard to contact him if it wasn't because of social media. Like I met him doing a show. We both were going to somebody's show. So by social media, I knew what his face looked like. And when I ran up to him, I was like, hey, Dre. He was like, how you know me? I said, social. I'm like, from Facebook or MySpace. Back then, I was like, from MySpace. He's like, Dad, I didn't know I was that recognizable. But the answer to your question is paint what you love what you paint. All right. That's all.
That's what's up, man. Yo, people, man, thanks again to Oronde, man. You know, check him out, Facebook, you know, his website, Oronde Kairi, man, ADMT.TV. What's good, world?
Thanks for having me.